Hello everyone, this is In-Game Art. We're doing the boxing to break down to the demo. This is Dangerous Driving for the PlayStation 4, but this includes as well Danger Zone 2, which is on the disc as well. Now each game is their own individual game, and you can decide which one to install onto your console, which is nice in case you run out of space on your hard drive on your PS4. To start things right off, I'll say that Danger Zone 2 does come with all the previous release updates all on the disc, and there was no updates available since the making of this video for Danger Zone 2. Dangerous Driving, though, had a 1.7 gigabyte update, which will take you up to 1.02. Now, this is a recently new release, so there's probably going to be more updates to that later. Now, if you did notice at the beginning of the video, the unboxing part, there were no music. No, that was not an accident or mistake on my part. To be perfectly honest, there is no soundtrack to Dangerous Driving or Danger Zone 2. There is no music. So it's a pretty bare and empty game in terms of no music. Now, Dangerous Driving does allow you to use your Spotify account, and you can link that, and you can use your own Spotify music and so forth for the end game as well. Now, I'm assuming they did this due to the fact they can just avoid licensing, and they can just let you use the soundtrack you do want to hear, but I do think that's a little bit lazy, as well as it does feel a little cheap, as well as you do have to have an internet connection and just provide your own music to the game. So I have to get onto it a little bit for not having any soundtrack at all. There is a soundtrack at the beginning in the main menu of Dangerous Driving, but I believe it is a copyright song, so I'm not going to use that. Now, finally to the game. Now, Dangerous Driving and Danger Zone 2 are pretty close similars to Burnout 3 Takedown. Not similar, really just straight up, just copy and paste of it, in terms of just the overall aesthetic and design. As you don't know, both the Danger Zone 2 as well as Dangerous Driving are created by the original creators of the Burnout series, so you can see the similarities. Now, the game, though, as I said, is a direct connection to Burnout 3 Takedown, but it doesn't really provide the overall same experience as Burnout 3 Takedown. Best way I can describe it is that it feels like a more of a fan-made game to be praised of the original than really feel like a spiritual successor or add anything new to the genre or the game type. The games are pretty bare. But there is no multiplayer, there's no split screen, there is no arcade mode. They're just straight up the campaign, and you just try to complete each challenge and get a platinum or gold reward. Same thing goes with the same thing with Danger Zone 2. There is no soundtrack to that, there is no special modes or anything like that. It's just straight up crash mode from the original Burnout 3 Takedown. So, as I said, there's not a whole lot of content, and there's just not a lot of vehicles as well. The game controls pretty decently good, and it works and functions, and it feels very arcadey, and it can be pretty rewarding at moments. Though the game does feel a little on the easy side, I never really ultimately felt like I had a challenge. The environment tracks are gorgeous to look at, mind you. They are pretty well designed, but they don't feel very inspired, as in they feel very generic, and there's nothing really stands out about them about each track. Considering the fact you also can't do arcade mode, you can't practice the tracks or to see the environment of the tracks, it's a little... Like I said, they felt like more like custom-made map tracks, if you know what I mean. When you go like a custom making, where you can make your own tracks or something like that, and though like never as well polished or as amazing as the pre-made tracks that are on the disc, if you know what I mean. So they just feel a little disappointing in that front. I did experience some frame rate drops, especially in Dangerous Driving when there's a whole lot of wreckage. I didn't experience too much in Danger Zone 2. And there's a little bit of weird transitions in Dangerous Driving when you're going through tunnels. They clearly were using that as a loading segment and to load another part and change the environment and lighting for new sections. And sometimes the game will stutter or the environment would change dramatically in terms of lighting. And it just looks very weird and very awkward. I thought it was very poorly done how they utilized that system for the tunnel and transition. Again, the game is bare. Although everything I've been saying does sound like I'm really criticizing or getting on the game, it's not, though, a bad game. It does have its moment. It is a simple, straight-up arcade racer, what it's trying to shoot for. It's just, at the end of the day, it is a good itch if you love the original Burnout 3 Takedown and you want to play something close or pretty close similar to it. But the problem is that it doesn't satisfy the itch. It doesn't relieve it. It just kind of just makes you long to play Burnout 3 Takedown even more when you play it. It's just because, like I said, it doesn't have the soundtrack. There's lots of missing content the original Burnout 3 Takedown had, and you can tell they were trying to recapture it as much as they could by including both Danger Zone 2 as well as Dangerous Driving as one combination package to make it feel like it's Burnout 3 Takedown. But it's just not. It is not a bad game. I want to come across as much as I can. It is a decent little game. It's not even a full price game. At the current moment right now, it's $40. I would recommend just waiting to get a little cheaper if you can. Because, like I said, there's not much here, and you might feel very disappointed compared to other racing games you could buy or other games you could buy at $40. But for the overall experience, I didn't hate it. It didn't disappoint me. I just didn't felt like I have much reason to come back to it. Once you've completed it, you completed it. There's no really reason to come back. Since there is no multiplayer, there is no arcade mode, it just is what it is. That's all I can really say. What you see is what you get with it. So, in the end, it's up to you whether you want to go with it. I recommend waiting for the price drop, or just, if you can, just like get a used copy or something like that. I don't recommend that. I do always try to supporting the developers, but I do think the developers need to step back and realize, quit trying to relive the legacy of Burnout 3 Takedown or the Burnout series in general and create your own series. Not trying to be the little brother trying to be as good as Big Brother, but let the little brother be its own thing. And that's the only thing I can really recommend. And again, just hire a simple composer to give you some good audio soundtracks in your game. I know it's not cheap to get licensing music, but getting in-game music helps a lot. I mean it. So I'll leave links down in the description for Insta copy. It's up to you whether you want it or not. I gave you my point of view on it. So thank you all for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye-bye!